Have you ever noticed how hard it is to turn your head to look straight up toward the sky and your lifted hand in triangle pose? Well, I have, and I certainly see it a lot in classes. So, in this video, we'll work to get a little bit more mobility in the neck so that we can turn the head and come to a more refined triangle pose. Let's begin. Just like twists of the spine, when we do seated twist or lunge twist, whatever, we always try to lengthen the side body first. From the pelvis to the armpit, you try to get the length first. Take a strap, put the strap at the base of the right foot. Hold on to the strap with your right hand and pull as if you're trying to pull the foot up. Just hold on to the strap, walk your fingers closer to your right foot, and reach your left ear just slightly to the side. Now, you can make this more intense by taking the hand to the head, but I wouldn't advise it. For most of us, this is plenty of lengthening for the neck, and you never want to take the neck too deep in some of these movements. Now, come out of the pose. I'll be going through these poses pretty quickly, so I advise in your own practice if you could stay in them a little bit longer because the neck can get really fussy. Press the base of the toes on your strap, and as if you're trying to lift up your left foot, walk your fingertips down toward your foot and reach your head the opposite direction. Just allow yourself to breathe in to find the space in the neck. All this to prepare us for a little bit more movement in the neck in some poses. Although triangle isn't considered a twist, certainly the movement of your head in triangle is very much of a twisting action of your cervical spine. And now come out of that pose. Take your strap just to the side and come to the wall. In other videos, we've done angel wings lying down and at the wall. Take your arms in this cactus pose, and the wall is a good way for you to take the top of the throw back so your head rests on the wall. So you can tell if you're working on your computer all day or texting, you're taking your chin way forward. The wall gives you something to press your head against so that you understand what the alignment of the neck needs to be. With the hands in the cactus pose, draw your palms toward each other, and the thumbs can just be touching the wall. And just make wings, angel wings, as you keep your head pressing against the wall. And just a light touch here. So I'll give the links to some other practices. So you can do these angel wings, a few rounds. I'm going a little fast. I should probably slow down. When you go slower, that really enables the rhomboid muscles to work your shoulder blades nicely. And as you get more mobility in your shoulders, that gives you more freedom in the neck. So after your angel wing repetitions, you can release your hands. Now let's see about moving the chin forward and top of the throat back. So as you move the chin forward, that's something we're pretty much used to when we're driving and texting and on our computer. Instead, we're trying to take the top of the throat back. You're drawn to go toward extremes as you reach your chin forward, take it way back. Just do several repetitions, chin forward, Take the top of the throat back. In another practice, we'll work a little bit more on the shoulder loop. You can do this without the hand, of course. As you draw the chin forward, take the top of the throat back. And the shoulder loop is actually initiated through taking the top of the throat back that you're learning right now. Chin forward, top of the throat back to allow you to just get a nice opening. This is often called the chin tuck. Chin forward, top of the throat back, just so that you can get just a little bit more range of motion there. Let's do one more thing, three things to get a little bit more mobility in your neck in triangle pose. Take a strap right behind the neck, right at the occipital ridge, right here. As you take your strap just to that area, it's almost like you're trying to pull the head away from the neck, right? Not straight up, not straight forward, but at this angle here with the elbows roughly in line with your shoulders. Reach your hands forward so that you feel the spaciousness. At the same time, you're trying to take the top of the throat back in this nice chin tuck. Now allow the left side of the strap to just hang down, and you're kind of pulling the strap down. And take the strap just to the chin line and assist yourself in twisting the neck just slightly. You can, of course, do this with your hands, but I think you'll find that this is much more gentle. The left hand is pulling down, not forward, but down. And the opposite hand is just trying to take you a little bit deeper in the twist. Come back to the center position. Let's give the neck a little bit more length before we go to the opposite side. We'll reach the fists at this angle here. And now release down. And in the same way that we did, one hand goes down, the other helps the neck turn. And you get this nice support here. You see if you can go just a little bit further in the twisting of the neck. Release out of the pose. And just in case you overdid that side or the other side, just come back to get length first before releasing your strap. Come now to Uttita Trikonasana or triangle pose. I always like, especially when I'm working with the alignment of the neck, I do like taking my hand to either the shin or the block. Those of you that practice this with your hand down, go ahead, but I think you'll get a little bit more movement out of the cervical spine if you take your hand to the block or your shin. Step wide on your mat. And as you step wide, engage the legs by pulling the feet in toward each other. Take your block in your right hand, turn your right toes out, and look at the lineup of the feet. Lift your arms up, engage fully. Take your right hand down, your left hand to your low back, and just look at the floor. One great yoga teacher that I'll refer to in the description has a technique where she just likes you to just relax your head down. And that's just a wonderful thing for so many of us in triangle pose because it just gives you a nice cervical length here. But for this practice, take your gaze forward first and do that chin tuck. So you take the top of the throat back first. You just feel how it opens the chest nicely. From there, just slowly turn your gaze up to the sky. And maybe you've got this great freedom in the pose. If so, you can extend your arm up, keep your gaze up. With a rooted quality, the back foot, inhale and lift yourself up. So often we have such differences, one side compared to the other. So as you turn your feet to take your triangle pose in the opposite direction, engage your legs fully so you have stability as you draw either to the shin or right under your shoulder here. Take the lifted arm to your waist. And the same thing as you just release your head and just kind of feel this freedom from the release. The weight of the head just allows the neck to lengthen. Now, turn your head so that you're looking forward and do that chin tuck. Take the top of the throat back so you open the chest nicely. From there, as you root down from the pelvis to the earth, turn your gaze up toward the sky. You keep the head of the right arm bone back and now expand your pose. Reach your arm up. Keep the back foot very firmly planted. Keep your gaze lifted. Root down to inhale and rise up. Exhale and release your hands. You can step your feet to Tadasana. This is so useful, knowing these different techniques to elongate the muscles that support your neck. In many poses where the arm is over the head, sometimes the arm is in your way, and this action will help you work the shoulder blades to take your gaze with such fullness on those poses. Thanks so much for joining the practice and for exploring how to get more spaciousness in the cervical spine so that you can open up in your yoga poses, especially your triangle pose. Namaste.